if people are still thinking of their questions and stuff, I'll go from some of the anonymous ones that we got sent, and this came up a few times, so I'd love to get your thoughts on this. How do people go on about asking for what their salary is or possibly negotiating their salary? I think some people are, kind of scared to. I'm scared to do that. I'm not gonna lie. I've had some interviews and I was like, okay, maybe I should get paid more, but I didn't want to say anything. So how do you go on about that?
Shay, no, always negotiate. Always. I know I shouldn't be saying this as a recruiter, right? Donna, I know you're probably like, no. But no, seriously, always negotiate. Trust and believe you me. Anytime you negotiate, they will come back with something. They may say, for example, if you're asking for an extra 10,000, but that 10,000 is not within their budget, right? They may be able to meet you halfway. But a lot of people don't realize negotiation is not only about the base salary. You can negotiate your title, you can negotiate your vacation, you can negotiate equity, right? So you have to think about what's really important for you. I always tell people to go on pay scale, right? Go on Glassdoor and see what they are paying for that particular role, but please don't be afraid to negotiate. I think probably within the first 5 years of my career, I have never negotiated. The first time that I negotiated, they gave me an extra 5,000 plus a sign-on bonus. Now forget about it. There would never be a time in life where I will never negotiate. Please do not hesitate to negotiate. Also, you should be having that initial conversation with the recruiter, right? That's one of the questions you can ask. What's the going rate in the salary? What's the budget, for this role? So don't ever be afraid to speak up. I always say closed mouths don't get fed.
I think that's a good point. The only other thing I would add to that from my perspective would be, this goes back to what I said originally in the first question that was asked. It's very important to establish a good relationship with your recruiter.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say that we're all the same, and that's good and bad, right? You could have a really good recruiter. You could have a recruiter that you hope you never talk to again. And I totally know that, and I get it. I've worked with plenty of them. But I think that having a good relationship with your recruiter is very important, because if they are a good recruiter and they are being open and honest with you, as we should be, they're going to let you know what you need to know, as far as being that candidate that's coming in, maybe doesn't know what the budget is, doesn't know what's going on. I'll give you a very brief example. There are positions that I have worked that are, let's say, training roles, where, hey, we're going to bring you in, we're going to train you on how to do this role because you are a college graduate coming in without experience, but you have gained, life experience, right, in this, or you've gained educational experience in this, and we're going to train you. Those roles I've worked on have a straight salary that there is no negotiation tactic for. It's just period, that's the role. And your recruiter should tell you that. Whereas, like what Rashida was saying, you come in, maybe you're in a more experienced role, whether it's 6 months, 1 year plus. Those types of roles oftentimes, and your recruiter should tell you, there's negotiation power. So to me, it all comes down to having a really good relationship with your recruiter and being honest. Let them know what you're looking for, and they shouldn't stab you in the back. I hate to put it in those words, but truly, they should be there to advocate not only for their company, but for you as well.
Absolutely. I agree with Donna 100%. I met with a candidate probably about a few weeks ago, and she was looking for 62,000, but I knew that the role was paying 85,000. So when we extended the offer to her, I gave her the 85,000, right? Of course, I could have met her at her expectations, but me being the recruiter that I am, I'm not going to lowball someone just because they don't know how much the role is being paid.
She asked for 62 and you gave her 85.
Yeah, of course, she accepted on the spot, but but there's some recruiters that would think about like, oh, I'm saving money, right? Let's go ahead with the 62, but we have a budget for 85. She met all the qualifications. She had glowing feedback across the board. Why not pay her what the role is worth?
Was that after she got the offer, or was it before that, even before the interview process?
What do you mean? When we offered her the money?
Yeah. Oh, she must have known the salary requirement, right?
Yeah, no. So So of course, as recruiters, we're not able to ask like how much you're making right now. The proper question is, what are your comp expectations? She said 62. And I said, well, we can definitely exceed that. She was like, okay, great. So when it came to the offer stage, I went out with an offer of 85, right? I could have met her at exactly 62 or 65, but I knew the budget for the role was 85. So I was able to give her that huge jump.